Today, I will be using a full team of Pokemon based on pride flags. If you have an idea for a Pokemon team, be sure to comment below and I will use it. And if you like this kind of content, feel free to subscribe. And now, without further ado, let's get right into the battles. Good morning, afternoon, and evening, lovely people. Today I am using a pride flag team again. So if you haven't watched my first pride flag video, I highly recommend it because that video has like the rainbow flag, the trans pride flag, the bisexual one, among others that aren't in this video. So again, with this team, I match Pokemon with the pride flag colors. For example, the shiny Blastoise with the genderqueer flag colors. It looks so like the shell with the white and then the lavender body with the green shell. I thought that was a really good fit over like Goodra. Now, I will say, there is more pride flags that I'm missing, like the demisexual flag isn't on this team, as well as the polysexual one, which is my friend's flag. So, if you would like to see another pride flag team, yes, a third one, feel free to like the video, and if this video gets 25 likes, once again, I will do it. Thank you all so much for the like goal on the last video, by the way. That's the whole reason this video exists in general, so let me know if that's something you would want to see. And let me know what flags I'm missing on this team that you would like to see on a third pride flag team as well. I like to do as much as I possibly can for the LGBTQ community. Even though Pride Month is about to end, I'm still gonna use the gay shit. So I'm gonna bring in Toadschool here. This is a choice banded Toadschool. This is a crazy Pokemon on this team. Also, I thought this Pokemon was really good for the gender fluid flag because, you know, it has the black and white, it has the two shades of pink, and also it has a blue mouth. It's like perfect for the gender fluid flag. So into my intersex flag for Ekans here. Now the Ampharos is gonna go for the power gem on me. Thankfully I do live. I'm running a choice scarf Ekans with Earthquake. Unfortunately, Earthquake just barely misses out on the KO. I had two really good battles in this video, by the way, so make sure you stick around and watch both of them. I guarantee they're entertaining. So I'm gonna swap in my Meloetta here for the Aromantic flag. So I'm gonna go for that Psyshock here, and I'm gonna take out the Ampharos. Now I'm running a throat spray set on this. I have Hyper Voice, Alluring Voice, Psyshock, and Thunderbolt with Terra Electric. Now in comes the Hisuian Samurai. I was like, well, there's no time like the present for me to terrestrialize. I definitely don't want to, at the very least, if this Pokemon was Focus Sash, I want to at least break the Sash and be able to live a ceaseless edge from this, if this was like a Focus Sash Samurai. So I'm going to go for that Terra Electric Thunderbolt. And that's going to do a lot of damage to Samurai, taking it out. I was like, oh, that's really good. I just denied spikes from that Pokemon. That's really good. This was originally Terra Fairy, but the thing with Terra Fairy was that it, you know, it gave like a heart as like the Terra Cap, and this is like Aromantic. That doesn't make any sense. So like I went with Terra Electric. Now in comes the Ogerpon. Wow, this Pokemon was a huge threat. So it's gonna get that Embody aspect, which is going to raise its speed and also boost the power of its Ivy Cudgel. So I was like, damn. Well, I should be able to live this if it's not a boosting item like Choice Band or like Expert Belt, but like, no, not Expert Belt, Miracle Seed. But it takes me out in one hit. I actually didn't have a chance. I actually never got KO'd if it was like running an attack boosting item. So I was like, okay, well, it definitely has like a choice. At this point, I was thinking that it had Choice Band, right? So into my Calyrex here, Calyrex Ice Rider for the MLM gay flag. So I thought that the colors matched because Calyrex could represent like the greener shades on top, and Glastrier could represent the bottom ones. This is a special Calyrex Ice. This set is so bad, but like it's really fun. I really wanted to nerf this Pokemon because I just used an Uber Pokemon in the last video, and I did not want to have to run you know, legendary like Pokemon team with like an Ekans on it, right? So into my Ace flag, this is a crazy set. So I have a physical a normal gem fake out on this Gothitelle. So I was like, okay, I need to take out this Ogerpon, but Ogerpon leaves the fake out. Oh my gosh, this Pokemon is so bad. It's so bad in attack. But I wanted to run a physical one because I just used a Choice Specs Gothitelle in one of my other videos. So I'm gonna have to sacrifice my Toadschool to this Ivy Cudgel from the Ogerpon. I was like, wow, this is not really going that good. This Pokemon is kind of rolling through my team at the moment, and my Blastoise, which is running a Choice Scarf, is not going to be able to outspeed this thanks to the Embody aspect from this Ogerpon. So I'm gonna frisk the Miracle Seed. So I was like, okay, that would explain why my Meloetta went down, and thankfully they stayed in on the fake out. I was like, yes, that's good. I'm able to take out the Ogerpon. I honestly thought I was gonna lose to that Pokemon if they swapped. So there goes that humongous threat, and then comes another threat in Lycanroc. So I was like, well, I'm gonna have to rely on my Choice Scarf Hydro Pump on my Blastoise in order to win this. So I'm gonna Thief the Lycanroc. I have Brick Break and Zen Headbutt on this, but I wanted to Thief in case this Pokemon had like Life Orb or like a boosting item, and it had Heartstone. So I was like, okay, well, I'm gonna get crit by the Crunch, and that's gonna take me out. But I have to rely on my Blastoise. I have to hit 2 Hydro Pumps because there was a Cinderace as well, which was disguised as a Hisuian Zoroark. So I'm gonna go for that Hydro Pump. Thankfully, I land. And that's going to be enough to take out the Lycanroc. I'm in Torrent range, so I should be able to OHKO every Pokemon that they have in the team, assuming that I hit. So, Cinderace is going to come in. I was like, okay, I need to land this Hydro Pump. But Hydro Pump freaking misses! No, that's so heartbreaking. But Cinderace goes for Pyro Ball, and I'm on 3 health! I lived on 3 health, and I land that next Hydro Pump. Oh my gosh, that was way too close for comfort. I assumed that the Cinderace probably had, like Pyro Ball, Court Change, and U-Turn. Oh my gosh, that was way too close for comfort. Oh, thank you. I hope you all enjoyed that battle, because this one is also crazy. This is a crazy battle. Now, I had Choice Scarf Water Spout on this Blastoise. So, like, it's really pretty for Pride Month, because look at this. Look at this. Look at that rainbow for the Water Spout animation. Happy Pride Month, everyone. So, the Kilowatt Drill is going to go for the Volt Switch, and they're actually going to get taken down to their own Life Orb, which is pretty funny. Unfortunately, the Water Spout didn't take it out, but, like, I didn't want to really terrestrialize right away, just in case the Kilowattrel outsped me for some reason, because Choice Scarf Blastoise isn't exactly the fastest thing in the world. Now, in comes Dirge. My Water Spout is not going to really do much of anything because I'm on a low amount of HP. So I'm going to swap in my Ekans. I was thinking, okay, I might be able to live a Torch Song if this is like pure defensive, and I get critical hit. Okay, nice. My thought process was that I wanted to go for the Switcheroo if it was a bulkier set, but it turns out to be a Throat Spray. So I was like, okay, well, it's looking like a more offensive Skeletor rather than a defensive one. So I was like, well, I'm in Torrent range again. Nothing is going to want to switch into this Hydro Pump from this Blastoise. It's actually really strong. So into this Scizor, I had to censor the name because it's a hacked website name again. So I'm going to go for that Hydro Pump versus the Scizor. It does so much damage, but it barely lives. I was like, how the heck did that live? What the hell? So the Scizor is going to live on like 1 HP, and I'm going to swap in my Gothitelle here. It actually had a Focus Sash. I was like, I didn't even activate the Focus Sash. That's actually funny. But it would have lived regardless. I got critical hit by Bullet Punch. Now, unfortunately, the Scizor swaps out. I was like, dang, I had Fake Out for that to take it out, and I didn't think that they would expect it, but it turns out they swapped it to their Iron Tread, so I was like, wow, they expected a Fake Out from Gothitelle. That's interesting. Now, the Iron Treads ends up being Booster Energy and Attack. I actually got smoked by this Pokemon a while back, so yeah, I knew that this Pokemon was a massive threat, and I really didn't have any switch-ins to it. So they're going to go for the knockoff and take me out, even though I just used up my normal gem. Yeah, that attack boost is really scary. Now, I did have my Choice Scarf Blastoise to outspeed this, and I knew that if it was running attack booster, that it was more than likely Adamant nature rather than Jolly nature. Now, but they're going to terrestrialize their Iron Treads. I was like, okay, I kind of expected this. They're going to be Terra Steel, so they're not going to be weak to this Hydro Pump anymore, but I should still be able to do a lot of damage thanks to the fact that I'm in Torrent. So I'm going to go for that Hydro Pump here, and Iron Dredge barely lives. What is with these crazy lives in this battle? This is insane. So I'm going to take it out by the Earthquake, but I was like, dang, I really was hoping that would KO this Pokemon. So I was like, well, I should be able to outspeed with my Toedscool. I'm running a max speed Choice Banded Toedscool. I have Power Whip, Knockoff, Rapid Spin, and Terra Blast Ground because this Pokemon gets no physical ground moves whatsoever. It doesn't get Earthquake or anything. So there goes the Iron Treads, and in comes the Flamigo. Now, again, I didn't really have any switches to this Pokemon, so I wanted to knock off just in case it was a Choice Bandit or something, and it ended up being Leftover. So I was like, okay, well, they're going to move for that Brave Bird. Oh my goodness, that's going to take me out like you wouldn't believe. So there goes my Toedscool there, but I got some crucial knockoff chip damage, and Flamigo ended up getting good recoil damage versus it. So I'm going to swap into my Meloetta here. I'm going to go for that Alluring Voice and activate my Throat Spray. So this is good. I'm +1 in special attack now, and Meloetta is a fairly bulky Pokemon as well, so I should be able to handle what they have in the back, which is a Scizor and a Garchomp as well. So in comes the Garchomp. Now, I was wondering if this was like Tank Chomp or if this was like an offensive Swords Dance Garchomp. So I'm going to go for that Alluring Voice. It does a lot of damage, but they go for Rock Tomb on me. I was like, dang, they're going to drop my speed. That's actually a really interesting tech. And then they have Outrage. I was like, oh man, I lived on 2 health. Oh my gosh, I can't believe I lived in Outrage from this thing. And I'm going to take it out with the Alluring Voice. Holy smokes, the lives in this video are absolutely wild. If you haven't liked the video yet already, I don't know what's going to make you hit the like button. So the Scizor is going to take me out with the Bullet Punch. I didn't want to swap into my Calyrex Ice Rider on that because obviously I would take super effective damage. And I felt like I didn't really need my Meloetta anymore. So, into my Calyrex. The last two Pokemon are Scizor and Skeledirge, and I felt like I should be able to handle them thanks to my Terra. So, I'm going to Terrastallize here. I'm running Terra Water Calyrex Ice Rider as a defensive option, just because Calyrex Ice Rider has a lot of natural bulk. So, I felt like being a Water type would help me live a lot more hits, like this Bullet Punch from this Scizor. It's going to do absolutely nothing to me. So, this is a Calm Mind, Psychic Ice Beam, and Energy Ball, Calyrex Ice. This set is like, I really did not want to run like a physical set on this because like, that's like way too like overpowered. Look at that, I'm gonna get that chilling neigh, the attack boost, even though it's not gonna matter. So it comes to Skeledirge. I was like, well, if this is more of a defensive Skeledirge, I should be able to handle it very well. They're gonna go for the Shadow Ball on me. It does a good amount of damage, and they get a special defense drop. I was like, dang. Now if this Pokemon, all Skeledirge are unaware, so if they did get a special defense drop, I actually get a special defense drop. But if the Dirge got a special defense drop, then it's not really gonna matter for them because it's unaware and they ignore the special defense drop. So thankfully, I do live the second Shadow Ball, and I'm gonna take it out the Skeledirge with the Psychic, and that's the end of both games. Man, this team did so much better than my first Pride Flag team, which spoiler alert, I never won with, so the fact that I even got wins with this team is already like a crazy improvement. But anyway, thank you all so much for watching. My name is SkyLaaa, don't forget to smile, and I will see you all next time.